Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast. My name is Coach Scott. I'll be your host today. It is Friday, February 12th. Hope you guys are having a great week so far. Men's and men's here. Some good, some bad. First things first, obviously, if you're watching the YouTube channel, you can check out my new Team Ordinary hat. The new hats are in. They're looking pretty spiffy. They're really going to go well with our Team Ordinary tri-kits and the race singlets that we got from Wadi Inc. back in November. And man, I think they're good looking. They're spiffy looking. You're going to like them. So anyone who I coach, anyone who is a patron over at patreon.com/ordinary marathoner. By the way, you can sign up right now. We'll include you in that if you want to do that. Patreon.com/ordinary marathoner. Become a patron. You'll get a hat. Or if you were in our Super Bowl pool over the past weekend and you won the box, if you won the square, you will be getting a free hat as well. All of those hats will go out probably early next week, so keep your eyes open mid to late next week, and you'll be getting these in the mail. If you're interested in adding one of these hats to your own wardrobe, your running wardrobe, we'll be putting them up for sale. I think we're going to go with $15, $5 for shipping. That's really, honestly, when I take out the hats that I give away, which aren't many, we're pretty much at cost. I'm really not trying to make anything off of them. I just want to get these nice, lovely hats into your hands and have you wearing them around. If you are new to the podcast, teamordinary.com, check out teamordinary.com. If you join the team there, you'll get this shirt. It won't say coach on it, but you'll get this shirt. It's an awesome shirt. You get a cinch bag, you get a sticker, and now instead of the white hats, you will get the gray ones. We are all out of the white hats, but now the gray, we have home and away, like Ray Magana said, home and away. We have the white hats and the gray ones. So if you're interested in joining the team, that's part of the package as well. So, loving the hats. I love them. Loving the hats. Loving the hats. Anyway, let's talk about training, because training this week it's been up and down. It was up and then it was down. And now I'm kind of just in the middle of the road. So let's talk about it and we'll get you up to speed. Wednesday night, we did our USA Triathlon. Now, we talked on Wednesday. That was the last time we talked. I got up 5 a.m. for my morning run, got that done, was feeling really good about it. And then Wednesday night came around. We had our USA Triathlon ride. I had worked really hard on building that one. I was kind of a little unsure on how it was going to go, but I thought it was going to be fun. 55 people showed up, and I thank all of you 55 people for showing up. I think it's awesome. We had a great time. I got to know some of you guys. Some of you guys really pushed out did some really hard work, and man, you should feel good about yourself. Now, we did something I kind of created on the fly. It was called a critical power focused workout, which was, now let me tell you what critical power is. Critical power is every time you do a ride, Critical power is a graph that shows you your best intervals, your strongest intervals at certain points during the ride. So your best 10-second interval, your best 20-second interval, every single point is graphed out on the map on the chart called critical power. So if you want to see like your best 10 seconds, all you have to do is go on that 10-second part on the graph and see. It's really good. You can kind of focus on where your strengths and weaknesses are by looking at the graph. But the other thing that's really neat about it is not only does Zwift and some other apps too, I think Zwift Insider does it, and I know Garmin does it as well. I actually use the Garmin data myself instead of the Zwift data because it shows me, not only does it show me where I am now, it shows me historically what my bests are and the exact date on when I had my best intervals. So I can say, oh, when's my best 30 seconds? Oh, look at that. There it was. That's what, maybe it's 400 watts and oh, I did it back on May 10th, and then I can look at May 10th and go, oh, look, I did a ramp test that day, or I did a race that day, or I was doing a climb, or whatever it may be, and that's how I got that power record. So it keeps your records, and it's kind of neat to always see those records. And if you are on top, if you are consistent and you're on top of your training and you're doing well and you haven't had any illness or injury or any setbacks like that, any lapses in training, those records should always be somewhat in reach. Now, granted, over the lifespan of an athlete, if you've been on Zwift for 20 years, which you haven't because it didn't exist 20 years ago, but if you've been on Zwift for 20 years and you were 40 years old and now you're 60, the chances are you may not be able to kick out the same power as you were when you were 40. So within reason, you should always be within reach of those critical power records. And for me personally, and I think for a lot of more long course triathletes, I focus a lot of energy on those long training rides. If I'm going to push out a lot of watts, it's going to be either in a race that I might do or on a climb, maybe during the ramp tests that we do, the FTP tests. Every once in a while, I will try to push out a sprint effort on a KOM or something like that, and I'll set a critical power record. But it's not something that I focus on normally, which is why I think it was a good idea to do that for the workout, because I think other people are in the same boat as well. And I tell you, the problem we had 55 people show up, which is kind of like middle of the road. It's not a very, I wouldn't call it a super successful attendance for me. We've had over 100 people show up in the past, but I wouldn't call it, a failure either. It's kind of like middle of the road. And I think what happened was people looked at the profile of the ride and said, oh, it looks easy, or I don't understand it. I don't know what's going to do, what's going to ask me of. And they're either fearful of it, or they just didn't even want to bother figuring it out and didn't show up. But the people who showed up, it was kind of interesting. They were like, oh, is this even going to be hard? Like, what's this all about? And then at the end, everyone was like, wow, like that was hard. And it was hard. It was good hard too, because I'll tell you why it was good hard. It was good because you weren't prompted to give out as much effort as you did. You had to choose to do that. You had to make the choice on your own to say how hard you were going to push yourself on Wednesday night, on that day, in that hour, in that moment, and you did it anyway. You didn't have to rely on a computer screen to tell you how many watts to push. You just decided on your own and you went after it. And I tell you, after the ride, I got a lot of comments, and it was great to see. It was really great to see the comments, that you guys you worked hard. It was a hard workout. It was a challenging workout. And B, some of you set your critical power records. Personally, I set 3 of them. I know Mike Romans basically wiped out all of his 1 second to 1 minute critical power records, which was great for him because he just got a new trainer and he was a little bit sketchy on it because he thought his watts had kind of dropped on the new trainer. Equipment is one of those things, right? If you change out equipment, you kind of lose that apples to apples comparison, and it could shift you in either way. So he felt it shifted him down. He went from a wheel-on trainer to a direct drive, and everyone who does that tells me the same thing. That it's a little more difficult on the direct drive. So understandable that his power would feel a little bit lighter. But then he went out and crushed it on Wednesday night. So congratulations, Mike. Congratulations to all you guys who went out there and got a really tough workout done on Wednesday night. It felt really good. The live stream is still up there. We will also, by the way, on teamordinary.com, if you go to the shop, it's not there now, but hopefully in the next couple of days, I'll post something on Twitter and on Facebook for it. That workout will be uploaded there, so you can download that workout off of teamordinary.com for free, along with any of the other USA Triathlon workouts that we've done. You can download those for free. You can download some of our trivia rides that we've put together, all free. It's a little clunky, so if you need some help, reach out to me. It's the best I could do, and download those workouts. Let me know how they go for you. The cool thing about the USA Triathlon rides, not only can you download the workout, but if you have YouTube, you can actually upload the live stream from the time that we did the workout, and you can ride along with it again. You can ride along with the workout again. And I think that's pretty cool. You just got to time it so that when you see that we're starting on the YouTube, you start it on your own trainer and you're good to go. I think that's really cool. I know some people have done that already and they've, written me about it. And I think that's just an awesome way to train. If you're by yourself and you don't have anything else to do, but you want to do a hard workout and you're not sure if you can push yourself, do that. Download the workout from our website. Go over to YouTube, watch the actual workout as you're doing it. I think that's a really cool idea. Moving forward, Thursday morning, along with the schedule. Thursday morning, 5 a.m. ride, 6 a.m. ride. And then obviously the Thursday night trivia ride that we always do as well. On Wednesday's podcast, I told you all, in fact, I think I put this in the title of the podcast. I told you all about how ever since I went from doing 5 a.m. workouts per week, so every weekday, 5 a.m. workouts, I started missing them. And so we reduced it to three workouts, 3 5 a.m. workouts per week. And now I see it more as an opportunity than I do a chore, and it leads me to go more often. I rarely miss now. And then I missed on Thursday. I got to tell you, again, sometimes, some people want to tell me that I make excuses for this, but it's not excuses. I realize and own that I missed my 5 a.m. workout. I know that I have a good body of work so far this month to date. I don't feel too bad about it. what I want to do is I want to analyze why I missed this workout. So hopefully in the future, it doesn't happen again, or I can understand why it might have happened and either avoid the situation so that I don't set myself up for failure or put myself in a better position to succeed. Does that make sense? Why doesn't that? I think that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I didn't get up. I woke up I didn't get a good night's sleep. That's number one. And that's kind of like par for the course lately. My 13-year-old dog woke me up at 2 a.m. I'm up for a half an hour, letting him out, trying to go back to bed, trying to fall back asleep. It didn't work. Sometimes I think when I wake up at 2 a.m., I feel like I'm wide awake. And I feel like I should just jump on the trainer and get it done at 2 a.m. And maybe I should. Because a lot of times when I go back to sleep, I find it almost impossible to get up then, 2 hours later again. It's hard. It's hard. And this point in time, I woke up at 5. I did set the alarm. I was kind of ready to get up and mentally I kind of felt like I was going to get up and the body just didn't want to move. It just was like, it was fatigued, lethargic. It felt awful. And I said to myself, you know what? Forget this. Let's just forget the 5 a.m. I'll do the workout that I have to do at 6 a.m. and then we'll have the Thursday night ride. I'll still get a lot of work done today. It's just, I'm going to push off the 5 a.m. ride. And then 6 o'clock came along and I did the same exact thing. So I missed the 5 and I missed the 6. And I got to be honest, I'm mad about it. I'm mad about it because I'm sitting here today on a Friday and I'm like, look, now I have, this is my Friday. I have to make up my workout from yesterday that I didn't do. I have to do stage 8 of the Tour de Zwift that today is the last day unless I want to do a makeup day, which I might wind up doing anyway. And then we have the Friday 5 tonight. So that's our Friday today. Now it's loaded. And by the way, it's 10 o'clock in the morning and I haven't done anything yet. So I'm behind the 8 ball on that. And it's one of those questions. And this is one of the reasons why sometimes you have a coach to kind of run it by the coach. And I am the coach, so I should know. But I feel bad that I missed all these things and I want to get them all done. I'm a little overwhelmed. How do I do it? What am I going to do? And the answer for me today is to prioritize. Now that's before we get there. I'm jumping the gun here big time. Before we get there, let's take a step back because Thursday wasn't done. Thursday I wound up being busy all day. I was out and about, running all around, and picking up the hats, which I thought the shop was like 10 minutes away. It was like a 40-minute drive to get the hats, and then 40 minutes home. Ate up my whole day. Did the Thursday night ride though. We definitely got the Thursday night ride done. I have to tell you, man, Thursday night trivia is like the funnest ride out there. I don't have any more fun on Zwift than I do on Thursday nights. The group that we have that goes, I feel like you guys just like it's something that you can't miss. And when it's there, and when we're in the ride, it's like the dynamic. Even the new people, right? Even people that just have started showing up within the last month or two, just assimilate themselves into the group. They play along with the trivia. They answer when they can. The comments back and forth are amazing. We have people like Kyle Lundquist that come, Jenna Austin, just people from all diverse areas and places. I know Greg, I can't pronounce your last name, but Greg's been coming for like the last couple months and I think he lives in California. People, it's hilarious because everyone's kind of got their own little specialty of knowledge and pop culture knowledge and you just really kind of get to know everyone and everyone's personality. It's been really cool. And look, if you're out there, if you're on Zwift and you want to get added to the ride, just let me know. I'll add you to the ride. I'm telling you, I wish I could show you guys the mechanism I use for who to invite. I have like this big list of people that I invite. If they don't show up for a couple months and it feels like they've kind of fallen off the map, I cross them off the list. And then I kind of put anyone who's followed me in recent days, I'll throw you an invite. And if you go, I'll add you to the list. And if you don't go, I'm not going to bother you anymore. I'll invite you once and and then give you that opportunity. But if you miss that opportunity, you want to come back and you want to do the ride, let me know. I'll add you to the list. There's really nobody out there that I don't want on the ride. So if you want to ride with us, let me know. It's been hilarious. And if you think I'm lying, go check out the live stream over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button while you're there, by the way. And shameless. But yeah, it was a great Thursday night ride. I think I averaged 158 watts or something like that. It was just more more than usual, which is not surprising since I was fresh legs off of no workout in the morning. But I love that. I love that ride. We're going to keep that ride going. It's almost a year since we started that ride. And I think I've only missed one Thursday night out of all that time. So, it's been good. It's been a lot of fun and I continue to watch it grow and man, it's like cultivating a garden. Not really. But you guys are awesome and I have a lot of fun with it. So Friday today, the way we're going to attack today is prioritization. For me today, I need to run. Because I need to be consistent. I need to hold that consistency in the run, which means Friday 5. The Friday 5 today is at 6 o'clock and at 8 o'clock. You can join either one. Ron Booz schedules those, so if you want to be added to those runs, all you got to do is ask him for an invite on Zwift and he'll send it to you. You don't need to have a bike to be on the run platform for Zwift. You need to have a run pod and run on a treadmill. You can also do it outside if you really wanted. I kind of find that to be a little clunky. I wouldn't necessarily do that. If you run outside, you run outside. Take your Garmin, be happy. But if you have to do it on a treadmill, hey, the Zwift platform is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool option to do it. You don't get as much chatter as you do on the bikes. But it's better than nothing. It's better than just sitting on the treadmill and staring at your wall while you run, a whole bunch of miles. So I'll be doing that today. Chances are I will not be racing that because I do need to get at least one ride in today. Now, if I get one ride in today and the run, I'm going to feel accomplished. One ride in the run, when I get to the run, I will take that fairly easily, the run. I'm not going to go after a 5K record like I've been doing the last couple weeks. I just want to kind of take it easy if I do get that bike ride in beforehand. If I get the bike ride in beforehand, number one priority is to finish the workout that I missed on Thursday. I don't want to get too far out of the loop. I know that Ron and I were talking about this because we do the same workouts. Todd Siden's going to be missing some days. And Ron kind of wants to take a week where he does some zone 2 efforts. So we're going to kind of pull off the workouts next week. So theoretically, I could miss the workout and push it to next week and do it next week. I'm not going to, it won't mess around anything, but I still feel bad that I missed a really difficult workout that I just didn't get up out of bed. So because of that, I think I'm prioritizing that ride. And because of the fact that I can still do stage 8, I just have to do it in a makeup fashion with their makeup. They have makeup rides for like a week or two. So, priority number 1, do the workout. Priority number 2 is, hey, if you finish that workout and you still have some energy, go do stage 8. Get it done. Today could be a nice long workout day. I don't have to race stage 8. I could choose the short course. And the good news is that, the good part is that I've been live streaming every single Tour de Zwift stage. So I should do it. So again, I just got to make sure that I have the time, get 2 rides in, and then the run in today. That'll be a great day if I could do all that. I don't know if it'll be too much. It's kind of like on the edge of too much. Especially if I want to do, I'm open next week and I could do a little bit more next week. But, again, I feel like I'm behind. And if I get too far behind, it's going to be bad. And then I'm going to try to make it all up at once. And you shouldn't do that. So, again, I think right now I'm not too far behind. I could have a really solid day today. It's just a matter of getting it done. So Friday, that's where we are. Prioritize the workout, then the Zwift ride. And I'm definitely, without a doubt, doing the Friday 5K. It's just a matter of whether or not I'm going to push really hard or I'm going to take it a little bit easier. If I do the bike, I'll take it a little bit easier. Saturday is long ride day. I need to get about a 2-hour ride in. I'm looking at about a 2-hour plus ride, probably closer to 2.5. It's been a while. This Tour de Zwift thing, we've been doing it every Saturday, and it's kind of been taken away. They've been a little bit more strenuous rides than our normal long ride, than our more normal sort of zone 2 long ride, but they've been shorter. They've been an hour and a half. And when you're training for things like 70.3s, you really got to get those longer workouts in. So for me, I feel like I've been missing. I need to kind of start broadening that long ride out time-wise. So 2.5 hours is going to be the goal, and we'll see. I don't have any idea when. That's something I have to talk with Stephanie about and coordinate. Look, when it gets to those long rides and those long runs, and they are going to take hours, I strenuously advise you to prepare in advance. Figure out what time you're going to do your ride or your run in advance. Make sure that it fits in the schedule. If you have kids, if you have a spouse, if you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it may be, if you have someone else that is counting on you some point during the day, make sure you have time to schedule those around. Because when it's one thing to go out and run 3-4 miles and try to and say, I'm going to do it whenever I'm ready. It's another thing to go out there for a 2.5 hour bike ride and try to squeeze that in a day when you don't have it planned. That's really hard to overcome if you know, and I only say this from experience. So for me, I'll be having a little conversation with Stephanie. I think we have like a 9 a.m. window, like a 9 to 12 window where I can try to get it in then. If anyone wants to ride with me, let me know. I'll certainly send out an invite if you guys are looking to do a long ride. And I think Kyle Lundquist was looking at that too. So I might join you, Kyle, if you want to do it at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is probably 8 o'clock in the morning for you. Anyway, that goes to Sunday. Sunday is long run day. Now, last week I did 9 miles. The week before I did 8. Those were both my longest efforts to date within my current training schedule. Right, with this sort of race schedule, this frame, let's call it. Obviously, I've run more than 9 miles, but in this training schedule, I haven't. 9 is my top. Now, honestly, I felt pretty good doing the 9 miles the other day, and I feel like I could push it to 10. But I also feel like long runs are so ripe for failure. They are always ripe for failure, and you got to do it the right way. And every once in a while, you just got to take a day or take a week, and instead of pushing the envelope, instead of pushing it another 10% forward and going for that 10 miles, hold it back, which, by the way, I know 9 miles would be 9.9 miles would be 10%. I'm rounding up, all right? I know my math. Every once in a while, you got to take that step back. So, all right, maybe I'm going to do 5, maybe 6 miles on Sunday. I'll still call it my long run. I'll still carve out time in the day to do it. You still want to practice good habits. You want to practice your hydration, your nutrition. Make sure everything's on point. Sometimes those long runs, you get to the weekend, you want to just kind of relax. Maybe you throw a few down the night before, and then you're not prepared for these longer runs, these longer efforts, as you would be on race day. On race day, you would be prepared. So try to mimic it as best you can to race day, and try to be good, try to behave, and try to prepare yourself as you would. So I'm gonna be going after 5 or 6 miles on Sunday, and the good news is I should be able to push that now. Rewind about a month or two ago, I wouldn't have been able to push 5 or 6 miles. I'd be able to survive 5 or 6 miles, but I wouldn't be able to push it all. So now I feel like I have that endurance, that strength that I might be able to get to kick 5 miles out pretty hard. Obviously my 5K pace has been doing better and better. So, my 5 mile pace is probably picking up too as well. So maybe that's one way I can attack it. Throw some good music on and just go after it. 5 or 6 miles on Sunday. I'm looking forward to that actually. And honestly, I haven't really been looking forward to running. So it's really nice. It's a really nice feeling to kind of get that back. So we'll get back to you guys on Monday with Monday's podcast. I'm actually working on a couple guests, by the way. Have a couple guests in mind that we're trying to reach out to and see if we can get a hold of. We're working also on the Ordinary Marathon. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. Details will be coming out probably in early March. We're trying to make a few changes here to try to get a little bit more lively, make it a little bit more exciting so that we can get participation up. We have some really cool announcements coming. Those are going to be in early March, and I'm really looking forward to Ordinary Marathon. If you haven't registered, go head on over to ordinarymarathon.com, register for the race. It starts at $10, only $10. And then from there, if you want to add a medal, you want to add a race shirt, stuff like that. We got a really big announcement on our charity that we're raising money for this year, and just keep your eyes and ears open for that stuff. It's good things, guys. Good things happening at the Ordinary Marathoner. And that's all I got for you today. Remember, if you want to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/Ordinary Marathoner. I thank all my patrons from that page. You guys are awesome. And I can't even describe how we feel about all the support that you give us. So thank you. Again, if you join the Patreon page, you get your name on the scroll that will be coming in about 5 seconds. And remember, every day is an ordinary day unless you make it extraordinary. So get after it, guys.